For the past couple of years, the Buffalo Bills have been a team that's been knocking on the Super Bowl window. They've been a team that's been trying to go into the Super Bowl and make a Super Bowl appearance. It's been a lot of things that have been going against this team, and a lot of spectators saying that the Super Bowl window has closed. In my opinion, the Buffalo Bills are still a Super Bowl contending team, and they're still going to be one of the best teams in the AFC, but there is a cause of concern. So let's talk about it. Josh Allen has been one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL for the last couple of years, and he deserves that major payday that he got from the Buffalo Bills. The only thing with Josh Allen are the turnovers. Last year, he threw for 35 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. And the turnovers happened at the worst time for the Buffalo Bills. You go back and look at the Cincinnati Bengals game. It wasn't completely his fault. The defense let him down, but the turnovers still hurt this team in major games. You can go back and look at the New York Jets game. Josh Allen did get hurt in that game, and he played the back half of the season dealing with an arm injury, and he played through it. But the turnovers lost him the New York Jets game. A lot of it comes down to the offensive line not being physical enough, and also to the pieces around Josh Allen not stepping up when they really need them to. And I'm not just talking Stephon Diggs. Gabriel Davis is a very good number 2 wide receiver. Has struggled with drops in the past, but he's gotten better with that. I believe that the Buffalo Bills have the right pieces in play around Josh Allen, but he needs to clean up his turnovers. He is too reckless at times. He gets himself into sacks. He gets himself into trouble, and he holds his team back at times. But he is still an amazing quarterback that puts his team over the top. When he is on, he is on. And I believe that they have went into this offseason and they screened some weaknesses on this team, such as the offensive line and getting more pieces around Josh Allen. Getting Dalton Kincaid in the first round is going to be amazing. He's a very good tight end that's going to stretch the field and open things up for other pieces on this team. And it's going to also open up the run game. You have good weapons already in Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis. Adding in Dalton Kincaid is going to help with that. And you still have Dawson Knox, who is a very good tight end that you extended last season. So I believe that the weapons that they have for Josh Allen are very good enough to go to the Super Bowl and even win a Super Bowl. And getting the offensive line right was a major priority. O'Cyrus Torrence is an interior lineman that they selected in the second round from Florida. I believe that he's going to make a major impact with this team. A big bruising guard, and he plays with a physical intensity that this team has had on the offensive line in quite some time. I understand Mitch Morse is a good center. I like Connor McGovern. I like Deion Dawkins at the tackle position. But those guys get overpowered at times in the playoffs. You have to get physical, and you have to get very physical deep in the playoffs. When you look at the major teams that have success, such as the Kansas City Chiefs, the Cincinnati Bengals, even the Philadelphia Eagles, they can run the football at a high clip. And last year, the Buffalo Bills had a very good run game. Don't get me wrong. James Cook and Devin Singletary, who is no longer with this team, they had a good year last year rushing the football. But you still asked Josh Allen to do too much, and that led him to dealing with injuries that he couldn't finish out the season as strong as he would have if he was 100% healthy. Last year, James Cook had 507 yards rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns, and 5.7 yards a carry. And adding in Damon Harris, a running back from New England Patriots, is going to help with that. If you remember a couple seasons ago, this is the same running back that helped crush the Buffalo Bills when they could not stop the rushing attack of the New England Patriots on the Monday night game when it was windy and the Patriots couldn't throw the football and the Bills could not run the football at a high clip. This kid could come in and help with that. Not saying that he's going to be a franchise-changing running back, but he's a nice running back to have alongside James Cook, and he's going to help out Josh Allen on the offensive end. It should help out these turnovers. Having a strong run game and asking Josh Allen to do less is going to help out. And don't get me wrong, do not just stir away from just making Josh Allen the over-the-top quarterback that he is. Just make the reads simpler and make life easier for Josh Allen. It's too many times I see him running with the football in open field and him taking major hits. Let's go away from that. Still let him run the football in open field at times, but run the football up the gut with guys like James Cook. Run the ball up the gut with guys like Damon Harris and be aggressive. Do not rely on your quarterback to be a rushing option week in and week out. It's only going to go into injuries, and that's what history has shown. When Josh Allen is fully healthy and his game is clicking, he is damn near unstoppable on the field. He still has times where he struggles and he takes too much of a risk, but what comes to those risks are great plays. And sometimes what comes to those great plays are huge interceptions that kill this team, like how it did in that Jets game. But I believe that Josh Allen's offense can carry this team over the way. Now, their defense last season was one of the best defensive units in football when Von Miller was healthy. But that was the problem. When Von Miller went down, a lot of weaknesses showed up on this defense. You already had Micah Hyde, who missed a lot of games last season. And DeMar Hamlin had to step in. And we all know what happened with the DeMar Hamlin situation. And I'm happy that he'll be able to come back on the field and contribute to this team because he was a major piece of this team last season. He's a very good tackler. But having Micah Hyde on the field with Jordan Poyer, that's one of the best safety duos in the entire NFL. Keep those guys upright and it will make life easy on that front seven. Because Von Miller was doing major damage. You saw it week 1 last season when they went against the Los Angeles Rams on opening night. They came out and they overtook the offensive line of the Rams. Even though it wasn't good, Von Miller was still a very good playmaker for that team, and he's a crucial piece. And you look at the other defensive linemen on this team, they are good, but they are 100% better when Von Miller is on the field. Greg Rousseau had the season of his life last season. 8 sacks, 1 forced fumble. He turned on. I expect for him to take a major leap this upcoming season. They re-signed Ed Oliver to a 4-year deal. It is a bit rich for me. He's a good defensive tackle. He's just not worth the money that they gave him, in my opinion, but he is valuable. He's good at stopping the run, and he's impactful. But having Von Miller alongside him, and also Greg Rousseau, it should help out the pass rush of this team. If you give me a healthy Bills defense, they can beat some of the best teams in the NFL. Josh Allen has proved that he can beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They can compete with the Cincinnati Bengals, who lost both of their starting safeties, which is going to hurt them, I believe, in the long run, and should help out teams like the Buffalo Bills. They have an air raid attack that's ready to go right now. So if you have a healthy Bills team and all these guys are ready to go, things should be going into their favor. Losing Tremaine Edmonds does hurt at the linebacker position because he was a very good linebacker for this team. I still like Matt Milano a lot. I think that he's a good linebacker to have up the middle. AJ Klein's a good veteran as well, but you're going to miss some of the athleticism that Tremaine Edmonds brought to this team on the interior of your defense. And Tre'Davious White last season, he struggled, but he was recovering from an ACL injury that he suffered against New Orleans Saints a couple seasons ago. But you come in and you let Tre'Davious White get a full OTA, full training camp. Go in, take it easy with him. The last time he had a full healthy season, he was one of the best corners in the game. You pair him up with a healthy Von Miller up front, and they don't have to cover for as long because those guys are getting home. Their defense should be better. They're already a very good, awesome defensive unit. Just they can keep all these guys together. They can be very good to go. But you have to cut back on the turnovers, and injuries have to fall the way that they want them to for this team, and guys have to stay healthy. I know that injuries is a thing that's a toss-up. Some teams get hit by it harder than others, and some teams, they rarely just get hit by the injury bug. But if the Buffalo Bills can cut down the turnovers on Josh Allen, that's half the problem right there. I think the Buffalo Bills are still a Super Bowl contending team. This right here seems like the season that they're finally going to go all in. They're pushing all the chips in by drafting guys like Dalton Kincaid and Osiris Torrance. If Von Miller does go down again, Josh Allen still has to find a way to bring this team home. What happened in the Buffalo Bills game when they went against the Cincinnati Bengals shouldn't happen again against this team. The defense has to be right. Leslie Frazier is taking the season off. I believe that that will help this team. I like Leslie Frazier, but I believe Sean McDermott is the better defensive play caller. He called plays for the Carolina Panthers a couple years ago, and they're one of the best defensive units in the game. I believe that he'll turn up the blitzing with this team, and they'll be better off in the secondary as well. Give me a full season with Micah Hyde and Jordan Poyer and all these guys can go together, and I believe this could be one of the best defensive units in football yet again, even with Sean McDermott calling plays. But guys, let me know in the comment section below how you feel about the Buffalo Bills. Is the Super Bowl window closed, or can they still win the Super Bowl, or are they a team that's just good enough to get to the playoffs and they'll fizzle out because of a lack of assertiveness on the offensive line, a lack of aggressiveness as well on the offensive line? Do you believe James Cook is a franchise running back that can rely on week in and week out? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.